you. Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Brianna from So Cute and Quirky, and we are going to be making our Santa Cozy today. And I see some people are coming in from California. We have a couple folks from California. It's glad to see you. I am here from Seminole, Florida, near Tampa, and it's warmer here than some of the other areas. So if you're in a cold area, stay warm and cozy. But today, when you could give it a nice cozy gift, we'll get started on that soon. And also, this class is hosted by the Velcro brand, and we will be using the Velcro brand sew-on fasteners, the black, today. So it's going to be a fun, quick project to do, and you can make a lot of them for gifts and to give them to friends or family. So today, when we get started, if you haven't already done so, you can download this PDF from michaels.com where you signed up, and there's all information in here that when I put together the instructions for you to make this on your own as well. You can also watch this again. They will upload it within 24 to 48 hours after the class. It is recorded. So go ahead and you can watch it at your leisure when you want to and make some of these for gifts. So it's a lot of fun, and let's go ahead and get started with this. So I'm just going to go briefly over the PDF first, and then we'll go over to the cutting board, and then I'll start to show you what you need. So in here, you'll notice that there is information for your instructions, meaning all your supplies. You'll see that on the front page, and also some optional supplies, or you can exchange some things out. And then I put in as well a template. You don't have to use it because it is a rectangle, but you can if you choose to. You'll want to print it single-sided, because if you print double-sided, you'll have the directions on there. Print it actual size or 100% so that it comes out to be the correct size. You can measure using the measuring box here just to check it to make sure that it's 9.5 by 3 3/4. If not, you can cut it on the cutting board like I'm going to show you over once we get all of our supplies together for this. And then we'll go ahead and have some continued information, which is going to be fusing directions and also cutting instructions and placement instructions for our Santa Cozy today. So I'm going to go over to our cutting mat. Come follow me. I'm going to switch over the camera and we'll talk about those supplies and get started on cutting them. So for our Santa Cozy, I have one here made already. And the Santa Cozy, we can place it where we either put our Santa Cozy, his little center trim on one side or the other. It really depends on if you are a lefty or righty, or if you want your cozy to be facing you, or if you want to be facing out. So it depends on how you would prefer to do that. And we have some fur trim, and then we have our Velcro brand sew-on fastener, which holds it all together around our cup, and it is adjustable, so it's perfect. So let me show you some of those supplies that we will use today. Here is the template if you choose to use the template. Usable cotton batting, and you'll use it per manufacturer's instructions. They usually use a wool setting with some steam. You can turn it up to get a stronger hold, and you can use a damp cloth to get a stronger hold too. As well as we will be using Velcro brand sew-on fasteners, red fabric. We are going to use here bow tie sets, and I'm using the little centerpiece here. You can also find findings from at Michael's jewelry section. Choose something there. You can use felt, foam to sew his little belt buckle on. You don't have to use the findings for a bow tie, but you can choose other options too. As well as we are going to have bias and bias binding. Here it's 1/2 inch bias binding, and it's folded. It's called double fold bias binding in black and in white. And that means that when we open it up, the raw edges are inside. They are inside. And we are using black and white. And then some fur trim for the bottom. Now I'm going to be using the fur trim today, but if you want to use the additional white bias for the bottom, you can do that too. And we'll talk about that as well. So all of these here are going to make our Santa cozy. So I'm going to go ahead and move these aside just a little bit, and we'll cut as well so you can see everything being cut. And we are going to go ahead and get our supplies. So first I'm going to get some red fabric. Michael sells red fabric online. If you go to their sewing section, you will find it also in there. You can even use felt if you would prefer as well. So it could be a little bit thicker, so just keep that in mind. We are going to cut our red rectangles 9.5 by 3 3/4. I'm using a ruler, and I'm also using a rotary cutter. You can use scissors, and you can use a regular ruler as well with the template. So I'm going to place it down and trim it. And one thing I've chosen to do is I'm cutting both at the same time. I've cut this piece smaller so that you could see everything in view. You'll have a larger piece if you get it from the store, and you're going to trim it down. And I'm cutting that to 9.5 and then 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And like I said, you can go ahead and use a template if you're more comfortable. I am a lefty, so I'm cutting from this left side. If you're a righty, you're going to be cutting from this side. So if you use a mat and a rotary cutter. So we have our 2 pieces of red fabric, and we are going to go ahead and cut our fusible batting. Fusible batting has a rough side, which is the glue side, and a smooth side, which is basically the batting itself or the cotton. And we're going to place that there. And if it comes in a larger sheet, you're just going to go ahead and trim it down also. And we're going to trim this the same size, 9.5 by 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 here. So it's nice because a rectangle, it's nice and easy, So now we have our fusible batting, and we have our red fabric, and we're going to go ahead and cut our bias binding. You can find this in their sewing section or online, double fold. If you choose, you can choose to substitute it for felt. You could also use foam if you choose. Felt's a little bit thinner than that. And I chose this so, like I said, that the raw edges aren't sticking out and that you don't have to iron and fold them and all of that. We're going to cut this to 11 inches. It'll be a little longer. And then we're going to go ahead and cut our white bias binding. And they usually come in the package 1 yard or online 3 yards. So you can make several of these Santa cozies by doing that, by ordering, and then we'll cut 5 inches. And I've pre-cut some, as you could see, off to the side, so you could see it. And then we're going to go ahead and cut our Velcro brand sew-on fastener. And we are going to need the loop and also the hook side. And I'm going to use my ruler just to place this down a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and cut 4 inches. I said 5, sorry about that. So let's go ahead and cut that. And now we are good to go. So we have everything here we need for our project, except for our fur. And our first strip is right here. So I'm going to show you that, show our first strip. And this comes in a package. It's Creatology, and it comes in a package of 9 by 12. And the fur is easy to cut. One tip with this when you're cutting the fur, the faux fur, is place it upside down. And I've already cut and used some of this. And we're going to use it on the 9-inch long side because when we're done, it fits perfectly for that. And then we're going to go ahead and trim it. When you're using fur, if you place it down, it's less messy. What happened, and I'm going to show you, is on the side where I cut here, you see there's lots of fur that comes up. So it can make a bit of a mess in your crafting room, but crafting rooms are messy, so that's okay. So we'll go ahead and just pull off the extra pieces, all of that. So when we make our cozy. So when we are doing this, we got all our pieces, we are ready to go. And we are going to fuse our batting, fusible batting, And the fusible batting is nice. And it comes in packages, different sizes. You can purchase it smaller or larger. Usually the smallest is what's called a craft size or a crib size. And then you have it for several projects. So we've got our fusible batting, and then we are going to take one piece of our red fabric rectangle, and we're going to place the glue side up, and it's rough. You can't really see it. If I turn it over, you may be able to see it in the camera, but you can feel it. Then we're going to go ahead and place the red rectangle directly over it, smooth it down, and we are going to go ahead and go over to our ironing board. So I'm going to switch over to the ironing board so that we can go ahead and fuse. And this is exciting. We're making our cute little cozy. And I've switched over to the ironing board. And now what we're going to do, so there's a difference between ironing and pressing. If you're new to sewing, what we want to do is we want to just start from the center. I'm going to move this out of the way, move our Velcro brand sew-on fastener, let it sit, then move it and let it sit. You see that it changes colors because that is fusing it. And then we're going to move it again, let it sit, and this is called pressing. And it gives it a good adherence. Then you can move across like you traditionally see with an iron, just like that. And now it's fused together as one piece. So that's what you're looking for, is one piece of fabric fused to our fusible batting. So now we're going to go ahead back to our cutting mat. And I'm going to move some of our supplies off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and get our white little trim. So following along. And when we are ironing, I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the packaging, we iron it per the manufacturer's instructions. All of them are a little different. So when we go ahead after we've cut, we've fused, and we are going to put our Santa trim on. I'm going to show you. If you turn over to the next page, you will see here we're going to add his trim for our cozy, So when we add the trim, we are going to go in 3 inches from one side. Now you can choose to go ahead and do it from the left side or from the right side. I've done it here from the right side, and we're going to move that over. So if I'm holding it with my right hand, you can see it, but if I was left-handed, it'll be out. So either way, it's really a preference for you. And we're going to go ahead and place it. Now I cut it 5 inches so it sticks out, so it's easier to use clips or pins. And I moved over 3. These blocks all are an inch, totaling 3 inches. So we're starting to see our little Santa cozy come to life. And we're going to go ahead and place our cozy. And then I'm going to use a pin in the center. And then what you're going to do is we're going to go over to our sewing machine, and we're going to sew along the edge. It's called an edge stitch. You can go in 1/8 of an inch, which would be a little bit more, which is okay. Or you can go ahead and get closer. So I showed 2 different stitches, one very close to the edge, and then one just a little bit further in. Either way is okay. And remember, this is fun. And you know, it doesn't matter if it's perfect, it's okay. You want it to be stitched down to our base. So we're going to go ahead over to our sewing machine and start sewing. So with our sewing machine, we want to have white thread on top, and we want to have on the bottom, we want to have in the bobbin white thread also. The reason for that is that when you start to sew, that if you had red thread on the bottom, because we have red for his coat, you would see it popping through a little bit. So it's better that if we go ahead with white on top and white on the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm just moving over my cozy. And we want to go ahead and backstitch. And backstitch means that your sewing machine is going backwards to tack it in place and secure it. We're going along the edge. Take your clips out. And let's go ahead and start at, when we get close to the edge, we're going to turn. And we can backstitch one, and then we're going to go ahead and secure down the other side. There we go. And Santa's little trim is coming to life. And so far we've got his trim, which is perfect. I'll bring that a little closer so you could see it there. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and we are going to set and put down his belt. So we're going to go back to the cutting board and I'm going to change thread also. So for Santa's belt, we are going to change the thread to black. And you want to put black in the bobbin and black on top at the spool. So you want to go ahead and do that. And I'm just changing it out right now. So this requires 3 thread changes. And your coordinating threads are red, black, and white. Red, black, and white. So we just want to go ahead and trim that. And this is what takes just a minute to do with your sewing machine. And for the holidays, you can give one of these out, fill it with treats, cookies, leave it for Santa. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of it. He'd like that. Seeing a little cozy cup for himself. You could give them as hostess gifts, teachers gifts, all kinds of things. So there's, when you purchase the bias, you're going to have enough to make several of these. Also with the red thread. And for the Velcro brand Sew On Fastener, they come in 30-inch packages. And with that, you can make several as well. So you'll be able to make a bunch of these. And the cup, I didn't mention the cup, but let me show you. At Michael's, they sell from their Cricut division, white cups. I chose a white cup, but you can get a holiday cup if you want. And you can choose to, get something else because it is adjustable. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do, make it fun, happy, jolly. So for the next step, we're going to turn over here and we're going to start to put our belt on. The belt is going to be about 1 3/4 inches down, but you can center it also. So either way, you can choose to do that. It's up to you. If you want to make it easy, you can center it. And we're going to go ahead and grab one of our bow tie bindings in here. And again, like I said, you could use jewelry from the jewelry section of Michael's. You can go ahead and use, you can also use foam or you can use felt. You don't want to use fabric because the raw edges will fray. So you want to use something else if you're going to sew it on. So I just slipped it through and I'm going to bring it up closer. I also have Santa nails on, but you really can't tell. They just look red and white. Thought it'd be festive for the occasion. So we're going to go ahead and slide that down. And then we're going to move it and place it about 1 3/4. So right approximately like right here. Okay. And it's basically slightly lower than center, slightly lower, but it could be center too, and it's all right, so you're really just trying to get the look here. And basically, if it's slightly lower, it looks like it's, below his belly kind of thing. And then we're going to place some more clips on here. And that will help secure it. And then I'm going to use some pins. Clips work for the edge, and you can get the clips at Michael's as well. But pins help when you're trying to do something from the center and you can't hold on with a clip. and you can readjust it, and that's what we'll do when we start to sew. So one thing I want to show you when we're sewing our Santa Cozy, we're going to sew, and we're going to sew a rectangle along the edge just like we did with our center white trim, and we're going to go around it. We're going to stop close to the little belt buckle. You don't want to sew on it or sew over your pins. Just pull your pins out. We're going to sew around in a rectangle and then on the other side. So we're going to go over to the sewing machine and get started with that. And we're already starting to see Santa's little tummy and his belt and everything. Oops, I stopped the video. You have to see things. Okay, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm sorry about that. One moment. There we go. Okay. And we're going to start. I have changed my thread. Like I told you earlier, I switched it to black, and I put black in the bottom and black up top. So black on the spool up top and black in the bottom in the bobbin. So if you're new to sewing, a bobbin is this guy here. So that goes down below in the bobbin case. Thread comes up as it moves, and thread will move through the top spool down through the machine, and what are called tensioners, to allow it to sew so that you actually make a stitch. And I'm pulling my extra thread out. There we go. And I'm going to pull my, my pin. And I'm going to make sure I'm straight. Here we go. Once I get close, I'm going to move this because I can move it right now to the other side. And I'm just going to get pretty close to the white. Turn it. Stitch a few. Someone would love this with some hot cocoa. They may also love it with tea, coffee, candies, you know, whatever you think they're going to like. You can even put a little ornament in there. Maybe you have a homemade ornament. Back stitch. And then we're going to go now to the other side. And I'm going to pull my pin out now, and I'm going to readjust right here. And you don't have to use clips if you're comfortable. When projects are larger, the clips come in handy. When they're smaller, you don't always necessarily have to use the clips. So it's up to you what you would like. And now when we go ahead, we're going to get close on the black, and it's okay if the presser foot is over our little metal piece, but not the needle, not the needle. When you break a needle, believe me, you will know it. You'll hear it, and the machine usually stops because it got stuck in the machine. I have done it. It's not fun. And back stitch. And I'm going to go ahead and go up here. If we sew down both sides, you don't have to necessarily stitch the edge, but you can. And let me show you here. We've got our little Santa suit already. Yay! So we have our Santa suit, the front of it. We've got his trim, we have his belt and his little belt buckle. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to trim it. We're going to put on Velcro brand sew-on fasteners, and we're going to go ahead and close it. So we're going to go now to the next step. Okay, so we want to just basically clean it up a little. Now you can use scissors or you can use a rotary cutter, and you can trim. If you have a rotary cutter, one thing to keep in mind is they are very sharp. So just be aware of that you don't want to get your hands in the way. So you want to always be careful. And I'm just trimming it off now. It's easier to sew it where you have it hanging off the side a little bit and then trim it after, than trying to match up the exact dimensions or the exact length. So now we have our Santa little cozy started. You start to see it's coming alive. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go to the next step. And I'm going to show you where this is at. And we'll turn over and we're going to start to add our Velcro brand sew-on fasteners. We're using the black because it matches with the bias tape. So that's one reason why. And it looks nice. It blends in. It is adjustable, which is great. And you can make several of the little Santa cozies with it. So it's perfect. One package. You can make quite a few of the cozies with it. So when we are taking our Velcro brand sew-on fastener, we want to make sure that we get our 2 pieces 4 inches. You could make them longer or shorter depending upon your cup. You want to just measure it. But if you look here, there's quite a bit of room where it can still squeeze in, or for a larger cup. So there's room for that, and it still is on the side where you're drinking. So it still looks really cute. So we are going to go ahead and place a hook side fastener facing up, and we want it to stick out just a little bit. So when I place it, I'm going to bring this closer up to the camera. I'm going to place it up about a 1/4 inch out, and we'll trim it after. And what we are going to do is, again, clip it, and you want to center it on the bias tape. And we will be removing these, and I'm going to use a pen just to kind of hold that in place also and help it out some. And then we are going to take our loop side and face it down. So the loop side, right now it's faced up. We're going to turn it and face it down. And this is what makes our Santa cozy adjustable. So if someone likes to drink a lot of coffee and you want to get them a large cup, you can do that and it'll work perfectly for that. And we'll use another pin, and pins and clips you can find also at Michael's. You can find a cutting mat like you see that I have here, and also rotary cutters. So all of those, and you'll use them. You can use them for paper crafting too. So there's several things you can use. So we've got it ready to go, and we are going to sew right just along the edge here, a little bit less than a 1/4 inch. We're going to tack it in place is what it's called. So let's go over to the sewing machine. And I'm switching over to my sewing machine. There we go. And I am going to go ahead and move over. And if you need to just fold it over some, you can. And because I have the pin there, I can go ahead and just hold it in place. And you can always readjust. If it's shifted or moved and not in the right place, you can always adjust it. And I back stitched on it both sides. And I'm going to just show you close. You can see that. And now we're going to flip to the other side. And I'm removing my clips, and it shifted a little bit. So I am going to go ahead and just move it back up. Super easy to do. Make sure nothing else is in the way. Trying to get my hands out of the way so you could see. And then we're going to go ahead and stitch and back stitch to lock it into place. And we're good to go. So now what we're going to do is put on the backing, which is red fabric. And at this time, we're also going to change out the thread to red thread, and that will be red thread in the spool, which is up on top, and red thread in the bobbin. So we will move that, and I'm doing that now. I'm speaking to you. And like I was saying, this is a quick gift to make. You can make several of these in a relatively short period of time. You can even have friends come over and sew together with them. You can even add decorations on there. And let's say if you didn't want to make a Santa cozy, you can, make it look like a gift. You can change it. It's just a suggestion. So you don't have to worry about, making it a Santa cozy. I think he's adorable, but you can also do other things with it. So it shows you how to make a cozy in general. So that's what's great about this technique. So, and just have to change out my bobbin thread to red. And if you go on to the Velcro brand's social media sites, they do all kinds of cool stuff with their products. There's so many fun videos. They have tutorials, they have blogs of all different ways that you can use their products. And it's really cool and fun too. So lots of different things you can do. Okay, so we're going to go over now to the cutting board. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to add our red fabric. And I want to show you here, we're going to place it on. Now, one thing I want to talk about is most fabric has a front side and a back side. When you have solid fabric like this, usually there is no front or back. You can see it's red on both sides. But if it is fabric that has a front and a back side, for instance, I'll show you just so you can see what that means. This is the back side, this is the front side. So if I were to place this down and it was, had some print on it, it would go right sides together. So the print on facing the other print side or the colored side of the fabric. So that's one thing to note about fabric if you're new to sewing. And I'm just going to trim this down. And I'm going to trim down the other side. And Michael sells beginner machines. One thing, if you're looking to start sewing, a beginner machine is perfect. You can go ahead and pick up beginner machines there, and they will have several stitches on there. They will have a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch, and usually a couple other decorative stitches, and back stitch and some feet. So it's a great way to get started and try sewing. And you'll find a lot of fun. There was actually a lot of people when COVID was going on, a lot of people started sewing by making masks, and that's how they got into it. Now I've been sewing longer than that, and I switched over from making products or designing patterns, all of that, into sewing masks for people during that time period in March, I think it was, when no one could get masks. So I sewed a bunch and sent them off to hospitals, clinics, doctor's office, dentist's office. I just kept sewing. I think I sewed over 400, and my mom helped me too. I put it to work. That's what I did. So I put my 75-year-old mom to work, said, get going. So she helped me out. And then we donated all of them. So, but some people started that way, and then they learned how to make other things, and they realized they liked it. So it's a really great craft. So now what I've done is I've clipped all along the edges. Our Velcro brand sew-on fasteners inside. We've made everything for our Santa Cozy. And now we're going to stitch all the way around. We're going to stitch all the way around. Now, one thing what we want to do is place some pins. And in the second picture, you're going to see here where I have 2 pins. That's going to tell me where I can turn it and leave it open. In other words, a gap. So I always like to give myself something to help me out to remember, or else I won't, and I'll sew it closed, and then I got to pull it open again, get a seam ripper, which is like someone who sews, their biggest enemy, the seam ripper, but sometimes you got to do it. So now we're going to go ahead and sew. So we're going to start and go all the way around, but start and stop at these 2 points where the pins are. So let's go ahead and take it to the sewing machine. And we are starting to see our Santa Cozy come to life. And I'm going to switch over to the sewing machine. There we go. Oops, I hit the camera. I'm a little clumsy. And one thing I want to show you is on your machine now, we're going to sew what's called a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So either for me, I can move over my machine where my needle moves, okay? Or if you have a foot, that's a 1/4 inch foot, you can use that 1/4 inch foot. Lots of machines come with accessories. One of them is a 1/4 inch foot, and you can switch it. So this here is a 1/4 inch foot, meaning it gives me a 1/4 inch seam allowance on my machine. And therefore I can go ahead and sew along the edge of the foot. If you don't have that on your machine, these markings right here, you see all these markings on my machine. Those markings are 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, all of that. You can use the markings on your machine also. So there are several ways to go ahead and get that 1/4 inch seam allowance. And now we're going to go ahead and stitch a little bit. We're going to back stitch, so that locks it in place when you turn it. I'm going to remove my pins or my clips as I go. We're going to stop the edge about a 1/4 inch, turn it. And one thing, if you are new and you can't get an exact 1/4 inch, if it's a little wider than that in this project, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter if the Santa Cozy is a little skinnier. So if the seam allowance is less than that, like 1/8 of an inch, the biggest thing you want to be concerned about is that your fabric's not sticking through. Because then you usually have to resew it. So, and you just take your time. You can go slower, like you can go like at a slow speed, or you can go Speedy Gonzalez and go wild and crazy. Take your time, either way, whatever you feel comfortable with. And sometimes you'll see the fabric starts to move. Fabric stretches. So you just want to be careful not to handle it a lot. That's the one thing. And the machine also has what are called feed dogs. Those feed dogs move the fabric underneath. There's little like ridges. They move them underneath it. You do not need to push or pull your fabric when it's under the sewing machine. Let the sewing machine do the work. And I'm not going to sew over my pen, but I'm going to give myself some room. Back stitch, flip. And you see I've gone all the way around the perimeter, and you can see it on the back side here too. Okay, so let's go ahead back to our cutting mat. And while we go back to our cutting mat, I'm going to change thread real briefly before we start the next step, because we are going to need white thread on the top this time. And we will need white thread on the top and red thread on the bottom. We're going to close it first though, so we will change that right after we close it, meaning that once we turn it, we will change out that white thread on the top and close it. And that means that we're closing up those raw edges, the raw edges there. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to just trim these corners a little bit. And what that does is it gets rid of the bulk. You do not want to cut into your seam, but you want to just trim off that just a tad, and it gets rid of the bulk in the corner so that you can get more of a point rather than rounded. It'll still be rounded because you're sewing this, but it's not going to be as pronounced. Let me move my little pieces here. So now what we can do is we could turn it. Now, when we turn it, that means we're taking the inside and turning it out. And we are going to start to push it out. And one thing I always check, I showed you earlier when we were looking at the perimeter, is that did I sew everything or did I miss a seam? If I miss a seam, then I go back and I re-sew it, is what happens. It's not something that can't be fixed. Usually a seam ripper or resewing it can fix it 90% of the time. And we're going to go ahead and take a point turner. Now you can use, what I have here is a point turner, or you can use an old-fashioned chopstick. Chopstick is a point turner also. So, and basically you want to gently start to push out those points. Oh my goodness, I already see his jacket. He looks so cute. I may keep this one for myself. That wouldn't be nice though. Maybe I'll leave it for Santa with some cookies. So push it out, and you want to be gentle around the edges when you push with the pointed side. You don't want to poke right through. It can happen. You can poke through right through what you just sewed, and then you either have to go back and sew it again, and you have to change the seam a little bit to do that. But just when you get to those points, just be a little gentle. And you can usually feel with your fingers, like you can see here what I'm doing. I'm pushing out there. Okay. So we got a little Santa. He's ready to go. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to press it so that we can flatten it out. And where it's open here, we're going to use pins or clips, and we're going to take, and I'm going to show you, you're going to fold it under a 1/4 inch, and then you're going to press it. And then we're going to sew here. Where we sew, you'll see the stitch, but that's okay because we're going to put his fur on. So it's going to hide it. So in the back, on the back, you're going to see there's some stitch lines here, but no one's going to see it because it's against our cup. It's against our cup. So we're going to go over to our ironing board, and we're going to get some clips or pins, and then we're going to prep this and fold it over. Okay, so I've got a few clips, and he's almost ready. He's almost ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and just press and move and press and move. And where you see the fabric change color again, that is just heating it up with some steam. And then we'll go ahead and do it over by the edge, and just be careful. And we're going to turn the other edge. And because if we have the hook side, where you can hear that, of our Velcro brand sew and fastener, we want to protect that a little bit. So just put a piece of fabric over that. There we go. And then now we're going to go ahead and prep this side. And sometimes you need a third hand for this, but you can go ahead and press it down. And you see here that I've ironed that down and pressed it down. And by getting a crease, that helps. And then we're going to go ahead and just put some clips to hold it in place. And then we're going to stitch to close that up. So we're going to get as close to the edge as possible and stitch along that edge. It's about 3 inches, about 3 inches. We're going to the sewing machine now. And I'm going to switch over my camera. 1 minute. I switched my foot. Okay, let me move over now. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and sew his little Santa suit closed. We're going to sew his Santa suit closed. There we go. And I'm going to take off one of those clips. and push down. Like I said, you could change to the white on top for thread now. It wouldn't really matter because you're going to hide it. Or you can leave it red. And then I'm going to get that excess thread out of the way. There we go. Continue to sew. Okay. And back stitch. And I'm going to show you this up a little closer so you can see it. Let me get that light out of the way there. There you go. Now you can see it. So you're just closing that up, and then we just trim our excess threads. Want those out of the way. So it's nice and clean. A little extra time goes a long way. And we're going to go ahead and change our upper thread spool to white, We're going to put our fur on, our Santa's fur trim on the bottom, which will be so cute and fun for Santa. And you can use white bias for that, or you can even use felt if you chose to. Again, you don't want to use fabric because it will fray. To make it, you have to close those ends in, and that's why the bias tape works really great. The ends are closed in, and you don't have to worry about it at all. Oops. Thread my machine right now. There we go. Some machines you have to manually thread. This one kind of helps you out a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back over to our cutting mat. And let's talk about our trim, our low fur trim here. So I have our fur trim, and I showed you earlier that, you know, you'll probably lose some hair here. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Now this is 9 inches. If you were to make this longer, meaning if you were to make a cozy a little longer, it's 9 by 12. So you can also adjust it, but this is perfect. You cut on the 9-inch side. You don't have to do anything. It's quick and easy. And they sell the piece they give you, the 9 by 12. This is a 1-inch wide piece. So you don't need that much of it. So it goes a long way. And then we're going to clip it on both sides and at the bottom. And we are going to sew it down. Oops, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and sew this down. And I'm going to show you the back page so you can follow along also where I'm at. And right here, we're going to sew that first strip. We're going to make a rectangle. Now, when we sew, we're going to fluff it up afterwards. So where some of the fur may get caught under there, particularly at the bottom, we're going to fluff that up. And you can see here, I did that too. If you were to use bias tape, white bias tape, for instance, I'm going to show this also. With the white bias tape, I'm going to turn this upside down just so you can see what I'm doing. We take the bias tape, we fold in that raw edge, and then we basically fold it in on itself. So we're hiding that raw edge. Then we can take it and place it on the bottom, and you'll fold in the other side too. So you can make that the bottom if you choose not to buy fur. So, and you can do it that way. So either way is up to you. However you want to make your little Santa cozy, you can make them any way you want to. All right, so we're going to take this back over to the sewing machine, and we're going to sew a rectangle for our Santa cozy. Yay! He's almost done. He's ready to be given away as a gift. What lucky person will get this? They better be nice, right? Because he's watching. So let me turn on, switch my camera. There we go. And I'm going to back stitch. Okay. And if you're worried about bulk when it's something like this, your sewing machine can handle it. There is a knob that allows for the pressure foot to be changed. And you can reduce the pressure, increase the pressure. The knob is a manual knob, or if you have another machine, it may be an automatic knob. And we're just sewing along the edge. I have my clips in place just to kind of hold it for now. Santa's fur is getting a little wild here, like his beard. Okay, turn it. And move one of these clips out of the way. Okay. Now, what I do to help this, I do push the fur up, even though we're going to fluff it afterwards too. So I do push it up as I go. And all these instructions are in that PDF handout. So everything is there for you to make these, guys. If you are someone who likes to do craft fairs, these are great for craft fairs. It's a small little gift that people will buy. You can make a bunch of them. Perfect for that also. So it's another way to go ahead and use these. And it may be a gift you want to, or a project you want to make with one of your children. You just want to be careful about, you know, scissors and a rotary cutter or anything like that, or the iron and the sewing machine because of the needle, is what you want to do. And I'm going to have this little long thread I want to get rid of here. Just trim that. And then you see here, we've got our fur. I'm going to go over to the cutting board in just a moment. We got our fur, and I'm going to fix his little belt buckle there. And he is done. And there you have it. And we can just fold it. And we're ready to go. Just like so. Just like so. And I already have three made. So, and you just fold it over like that. And just to show you how easy it is. Got a bunch of them here. You just place it. And fold it in on itself, and you see I designed it with 4 inches, and you can trim it if you want to. You can trim Velcro brand sew-on fastener. You see how I pulled it, and I can trim that down. So, which is easier. It's easier to trim it down than not have enough. So that's one thing that you can do, and it's good to go. So, and then I can go ahead and I got my Santa cozy, and this one I did from the left side, and like I showed you could do from the left or the right here, and here's one from the right side, and then the one that we just sewed here too. So our little Santa cozy ready to go. So also you could start making these gifts right away. Let me go back to FaceTime and I can show you a few more things. I've got 2 more classes coming up, and they are next week. And I'm so glad everybody joined me to make this cute little cozy. Again, they're quick and easy and they're fun. And this is going to be recorded, so you will be able to go ahead and watch it later. And they put it up between 24 and 48 hours after it's been recorded. And they put it up on michaels.com. And all of these products, Velcro brand makes some wonderful products. And one other thing I want to show you is I have 2 classes next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I have 2 classes coming up. And this one is at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Yeah, I think it's 1 p.m. Central is this one here. And or 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. It is and this one is this one is my little activity board, and it's super cute. And we are also using Velcro brand products. We are using Velcro brand sticky dots, and we are also using Velcro brand sew-on fasteners as well. And our gingerbread house, everything comes off and comes back on again. And it's great for a little one. You do some sewing, and you also use the Velcro brand sticky dots. So this is one product, makes it super fun, easy, and quick. And we'll be doing this next week. It's an hour class, and it's free also. So if you have time, come join me. I'd love to have you join in. And then the last class at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, making this snowman treat holder, and he's super cute. And we're using Velcro brand sticky back squares. So for that, our little snowman comes apart and easy to use and sturdy. So fun. You'll learn how to make his hat, his eyes, and everything. And these are quick and easy as gifts too. So you can make your cozy, you can make your treat holders, and have a fun little activity for that little one in your life. So it's a great thing and lots of fun. And thank you for joining me. Again, I'm Brianna Roberts from So Cute and Quirky, and you can always find me on Instagram at Brianna Roberts 71 or on Facebook, So Cute and Quirky. And you can also find and check out all of the fun things that the Velcro brand does and all of their products. They're on all their social media sites. Check them out. They have lots of unique, fun, interesting activities they're using their products with, and also very useful different things in the kitchen you can use it for, or in the garage. So all different types of things you can use it for. So thank you everyone for joining me, and thanks for making the Santa Cozy with me. I had fun. I hope you did too.